Good morning and welcome to Brandenburg News Network. I am Donna Brandenburg, and it's the 18th day of November 2024, and welcome to our show today. First hour up, we have the Technocratic Communism with Vicky Davis. This woman has done such an amazing job of research. I will be eternally grateful to her for the amount of work that she's done on tariffs and on international treaties, because really, realistically, when we look at those, we can see the underpinning to what we're going through right now, and also how we back out of that. The second hour is our citizen journalist panel with Christina Holbrook and Melissa Fryzel and Chris Deal, the big deal with American security. And I think today we're going to be talking a lot about land grabs. This is what I'm seeing in the state of Michigan. I'm seeing it all over the place, and I think it should be very disturbing. But I wanted to show you something this morning that I thought was kind of fun. I put this up on my Telegram channel. Let's see if I can increase this a little. Just thought you'd enjoy this. This happened November 17th, 2023. I was in Washington, D.C. I thought that was a really wonderful trip. And the reason why I posted that was, first of all, I think that to focus in on what makes us Americans and what makes us great is such an important part of this time that we're in right now. And the amount of negativity and nonsense that's out there is just kind of shocking. I'm waiting for Vicky to get on right now. And we're gonna launch into that. I think she's having some technical difficulties, so I'm gonna fill some space here. What has really seems to be coming to the forefront is how much nonsense is coming forward. So I have a whistleblower that came forward over the weekend who is willing to do a little bit of talking about what's going on up there in where the FEMA camp was with Wurtsmith Air Force Base, and also the fact that we have 12 other areas across the United States that they're staging things in, FEMA staging things in for disaster. Now, with that said, I think we need to remember that unless we talk to somebody that we know or who actually has information and then we back it up and we look into it, we really can't say what's going on. So this weekend, we watched the UFO disclosure nonsense that came out. And I got to say, I'm a little disappointed in what I saw there, because so we're supposed to believe these people now? Really? They've been lying to us for how long? And now, because we want to believe this, they throw this out here. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm not saying that at all. It just seems like the timing is a little suspect to me. And until we see the receipts from people we trust, not just their little show trials and show hearings that they're doing in our nation's capital at this time, when we should be probably more concerned with the fact that they've been misleading us and nobody seems to be coming forward with the actual truth. There's a lot of games being played from both sides. And also, we're in an age of, we're in a war right now. So disinformation is the king right now. And so we really have to put some critical thinking out there on all of this. Why are they telling us this now? Why was this whole nonsense with FEMA at Wurtsmith Air Base? That doesn't make sense to me at all. And let's see, Vicky's having some trouble here. Just a minute. it's really not making a lot of sense to me. And for the reason being is that the guy on the council was reading off a paper. Okay. So he had something prepared in front of him. I'm going to assume that came from a quasi-legal. Okay, let's see our hang on a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and play this again, and we'll see if we can get Vicky back on. But I'm going to believe that this came from a quasi-legal channel that he was reading, because it just doesn't make sense to me. None of it does. Hang on a second. I'm gonna see if we can get Vicky in here. She is in fact having troubles. Just a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, we're having some technical difficulty here like crazy. All right, let's see. We'll see if Vicky can call and get on. There we go. So in the meantime, we punt. Let me go to the chat here a minute. I might just invite somebody else on real quick. Sometimes this happens. It's live, and you get what you get when you come here. And we're going to see what we can do to... So anyhow, Intermodal Mike said, greetings from Sebring in South Florida, FloridaFix.com. Mike Pompeo gladly admits to lying for government and the CIA. Yeah, well, I tell you what, when he showed up about 50 pounds lighter, and at the same day that Ron DeSantis did, I was kind of like, good morning, show not working on Rumble. No sound, Donna. That's odd. Now it's on. Looks like we're under attack. Let me go check this out, and we'll see what happens with Vicky this morning. In the meantime, I'm going to be punting like crazy. Anyhow, back to the FEMA camp thing. So when I was looking at that, and realistically, he was reading off a prepared script, which was kind of concerning to me, because it's like, first of all, who gave him the script? Who was telling him what to say? And then all of a sudden, what happened was FEMA was like, no, we're not planning on putting anything there. All right, somebody's lying. And it looks to me like somebody might have set him up as a scapegoat. I don't know, but it doesn't look right. Hang on a second here. We'll see what's going on. Nothing looks right. In the meantime, let's go down to down detector.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? You there?
Oh, wait.
Here, I've got you on right now. So.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, here we go. We'll just do it by phone. So this is funny because I watch and I monitor things behind the scenes a little bit, and so you're gonna have to speak up as loud as you can here because you're coming through by phone. Let me see if I can put you on something that will get you close to the microphone here. And yeah, I've got the down detector on right now, and let's just see what our favorite down detector is telling us is going on. Let's see. There's been an awful lot of problems across the globe. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. So today we've got a spike in Fifth Third has got problems. T-Mobile, Astound, Costco, AT&T. See how they all flip up here at the end? T-Mobile, Costco. I wish you could see this. It's kind of cool. But if you look at the patterns on Netflix is okay, Cox is okay, YouTube's okay. TikTok had one at the same time that that Verizon had one. Look at, you can see that if you overlaid the map, look at Wow and Verizon are right at the same time. Astound Broadband and T-Mobile are the same. Fifth Third is the same. Costco's the same. Instagram, Mediacom, Facebook, they all have the same, pretty much the same algorithm. So this is kind of funny. Microsoft Teams is an uptick right now. Azure. Microsoft has got a problem. The rest of them are kind of just wiggling around with a problem. See, Microsoft is up here again. So I'm not surprised. Truist has got a problem.
Would that be like who has satellite service and who has maybe Chinese satellite service? Or
well, we can look at this, and I can't tell you exactly where it's going through without going in there and honestly looking at a little bit finer grained information. I think that's definitely got to happen. But what it does tell me is I can start seeing the commonalities there. So if I went in there and diagnosed just a little bit more without just sitting here online and like pulling stuff up, we could find it, because then you can kind of see where it's going from a little bit better. So what we talking about today, Vicky?
Well, what I have been working on is, what the hell have I been working? I've been working on looking at, I better go look at it. I was up all, half the night working on stuff. So let me go.
I was kind of surprised that you couldn't pull it up this morning, but then I had Charlotte out there that comes on in the chat. She said that the sound for Rumble wasn't working, which that doesn't surprise me. If you've got one that's down, another one's going to be down.
The problem is my eyes. I can't. I'm nearsighted, so I have to wear reading glasses, and I can't see the number very well.
Can you copy
every other time I've been able to get it, but for some reason today I can't get that number.
Do you want me to see if I can email it to you a minute?
That would be the absolute best if you would email. Or just read it off to me now while I can.
Well, I can't do that because you're online right now.
Okay.
But what I can do, hang on a minute, because I can absolutely email this to you. Just a minute. Let me pull that up, and we'll see if we can make this work yet. This is a thing that, I really do think that the strength of just being here every single day, something for everybody to count on, is kind of huge. Okay, let me see if I can. All right, hang on a minute. I will send that to you, and whammo, and then hopefully by the magic of the internet's here, we can actually connect, because you're across. It's really kind of amazing that we can connect across the world. All right, let's see if that one works for you. Okay. And I can email it to you too.
Yeah, that's the best, because ever since we started, I've had trouble reading that because the text is so small and my eyes are bad.
Yeah, no worries. A friend of mine just had her eyes done with that, where they put a lens in, and she had a lot of Erlina. She has had a lot of problems with her eyes lately, and she had a torn retina, and then she went in and they replaced one of the lenses in her eyes. And I asked her, I'm like, I'm kind of freaked out by that kind of stuff a little bit, just like, it's just kind of okay, what it is, but I said to her, I said, well, what was it like? She's like, it was like nothing. So I don't know. I think I might go in and have that done too, because
I had it done. It was the best thing I ever did for myself in my whole life.
Really? So did you have the insertable lens?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you have the LASIK or the insertable lens?
LASIK.
Oh yeah, she had actually where they took the lens out to get rid of cataracts and such, and then they put a new lens in. And the next day, she said her vision was just absolutely perfect.
That's the way it was for me. It was like being free, not having to. I could see without the glasses.
Yeah,
but in the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, I've started to lose my. I'm nearsighted. No, I can't see close up. I have to have my reading glasses.
That's farsighted.
Farsighted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you having any luck here joining?
I'm trying to get in. It's not letting me in.
It's weird. Well, the internet is weird, as we've just shown with the down detector.
Here I go.
Okay. Well, we'll switch from phone back to being a real avatar, which is kind of funny. Yeah. The thing of it is that I really treasure, I got to tell you, I really treasure things that are real. They don't have to be perfect for me, but they have to be honest and they have to be real. So when things go awry, it's just like when you watch a live show somewhere, you're not going to have the same fake, curated, go back, change it, CGI it, Photoshop it, whatever, that you have in a real broadcast. And I'm okay with that. That's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love doing stuff live. I mean, I love listening to people who are real people doing live.
Yep, me too. We did just so everybody knows.
I'm having a problem with Microsoft. I'm wondering. You said Microsoft is having a problem according to the map you're looking at.
Yeah, it is definitely having a problem. You want me to pull it up again? I've got. Hang on a minute. Let me pull that up. Well, you get on. I'll pull up the map, and then we can look at it together when you're here. How's that? So it's downdetector.com.
It's not, all right. Oh, hold on. I'll go.
See if you can make that work. So.
Yeah. Damn it. What a messed up morning. But I'm sorry, which I am very sorry for.
That's okay. So I'm going to go look at, let's see, we have Costco is an uptick there, Netflix, Facebook's got an uptick at the end, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft, let's check out the Outlook one here a minute, because we can actually look at the map, which I think is really super interesting. Oh my gosh, yes, look at the outages reported. 9 a.m., it's spiked. Got all kinds of problems. And let's take a look at the map here a minute, see what's going on. So you can click a map and actually see where the biggest problems are. We've got the eastern United States has got a problem. You have a little bit of a problem in your area over here in northern Idaho. But it's not, the worst of it is Toronto, Boston, and New York. Are you on yet?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, there's a problem. Let's see what our.
It's weird. I'm using the Microsoft browser.
Yeah, if you get out of Microsoft, use a different one. Because they've got a problem. There's lots of problems with Microsoft today. And let's see, we've got you know what? And I think this is a really good thing to actually talk about, quite honestly, is if things go down, you better have a plan. And I'm not talking to you, Vicky, I'm talking to everybody. You better have a backup plan when you see something like this, Microsoft Teams. Let's check this out. No, it says there's no current problem. Sure there isn't. Look at the spike. Started at 9 o'clock, and Yeah, at 9:00 this morning. Yeah, sure, Microsoft. Sure, there's no problems out there. We believe you, just like we believe those people at the little show trials and in our government. Sure, we do. Okay, I'm gonna exit you and enter you. How's that? Bam. How you doing?
Not very well, darn it.
Yeah, your sound is kind of bad. Can you turn up your sound?
Yes, I can.
There you go. All right. So now you can see what I'm looking at here with the down detector. So maybe this is where we need to go. This at Fifth Third Bank had an uptick at the same time. Look at all the stuff that's having a problem. Astound, Fifth Third Bank, T-Mobile, Costco, AT&T had a little spike there. Let's check out AT&T. We have no current problems at AT&T. Sure you don't. Sure you don't. Of course we don't have any problems. Not any ones that we're gonna admit to at any rate.
Do you have a service up there called TDS?
On the down detector site, I'm not sure. Let me look. Let's take a look at it for just a minute here. Facebook and Microsoft and Azure and Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Brightspeed a little bit, but not Frontier Communication. Like Google, iNet. Look at iNet and One. They're like all over the place. These guys have got some similar problems. Datto, Truist, Kinetic. Yeah, there's a problem across the board. This is one thing that we've been. That's not the only thing that we watch. That's like a I don't know, a site for people that anybody can look up, right? We typically look at other things too, besides that. But that's an easy one for me to pull up while I'm online without having to do a lot of hocus pocus here. And so it's kind of a fun one to look at, and it's a great resource. So like if you're having problems, you can go to Down Detector and kind of get an idea that maybe there's a bigger problem out there. And I think that that's a good idea. But also what is a really smart thing to do is, and this is for everyone, is to have a backup plan. So if one thing is down, you can always go to something else. So like you can go to there's many browsers out there. So there's Brave, there's Edge, there's I've got kind of all of them pulled up because I don't go through just one type of browser. You know, we have Firefox, Chrome, DuckDuckGo as the go-to for a lot of this stuff, you know, and such, but they're all moderated. So when something goes down, they're all kind of hacked in a way. If something goes down or you have a problem, just switch to another one, and that way you can kind of like jump around it. You got to be light on your feet because honestly, we are in a war, and the war is an information war, a cyber war. So as long as we know that, then we can act accordingly and not take things just at face value, because that's kind of a problem that we have going on right now, is taking things at face value, seeing it from both sides. So that whole nonsense with let's see, I got somebody posting something. No sound, it's on. And Verizon, pretty stable light. Join the chat. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. It wasn't on this side. It was on the provider side of some of the links between me and you. I can keep this side up, but sometimes I can't rely on, especially when we're live, that y'all are going to have the ability to skirt around things the way that I can. And that's unfortunate. But anyhow, this whole alien thing that came up with the show hearings. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll believe in an alien when one confronts me face to face. Put it that way.
I'll volunteer to be the first one on the ship as long as we agree that probing is out of the question.
Yeah, no probing.
No probing. You know, this is the no probe zone, right? And so, but it's like, you know, I would be the first one to sit down and talk to anyone that wants to talk, whether no matter who they are, I'm willing to talk to. In fact, I ran into one of our representatives this morning when I was out doing my normal morning phys ed type routine, and I can say that I saw something that was really interesting. I always do, and I don't pay attention to what people say. I pay attention to what they don't say, or what they're really saying. And it was kind of funny. But once again, this person said, "You better be careful." I'm like, "Be careful? What the hell part of whatever I've been doing here for the last few years has anything about careful involved in any of it?" You know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we're in a war. I pretty much extra sure gonna tell you right now, if I wasn't okay with being on every freaking watch list on the planet, hoping to take the first position on the list, sort of like John Hancock, right? I mean, you're gonna go after me, I'm gonna make it a big freaking target, right?
Yeah.
And I just looked at him when he said that. I said, "You got to understand. I see the problem with me is I don't care whether I live or die, because I know where I'm going. So I'm going to make every single minute count, and consequences be damned." So it was just kind of looking at me like, "You got to be kidding me, right?" I'm like, "No."
You know what? When I was younger, I was afraid of different things. I was kind of
Were you afraid of death?
no, not so much, I guess. No, I didn't worry about that too much. But I was afraid of everything else. But as especially after I started doing this kind of research, getting involved in this, I just said, caution to the wind. I'm going full out because it's a war,
It's
as
a
you
war.
say.
Spiritual war. And what do? You run right into the fire. Face it. And fortunately for us, we have God on our side, which really is an amazing thing, because it's kind of funny, because darkness flees in the presence of light every time. Every time. So kind of interesting.
GoDaddy is having a problem too. I can't get in. I'm trying to get in to see what it was that I was working on.
Leb says that her mom is 93 and the eye doctor is going to do that to her. I've been reading a lot of Christians believe that the alien invasion will be used for the excuse of the rapture happening. You know what? I got to say right now, if God gave me a choice to bail and go on a rapture to save my own behind, you know what? I would actually Tech just told me that GoDaddy was having issues yesterday too. So GoDaddy's out, and so I'm getting like behind the scenes, background information here. But yeah, there's a lot of internet problems right now. Expect it, because I think they're going to shut things down. I think they're going to shut the power grid down and the communication system down. So you probably should have some links saved up so that when it comes back, if it looks like something different, or phone numbers, which I've always put my phone number out there for people. If they really want my phone number, they can go ahead and call it, because some of it might come up, but you got to have more than one ways to get a hold of people. And I'll throw it out there right now: 616-430-4410. You want to know what's going on? Give me a call. Well, I'll tell you to my best of my ability, what's happening out there. I don't care who calls. But yeah, I think that, where were we? I got off on a rabbit trail. You got to keep me on the rails here this morning. We were in aliens, we were in communications, we're in all that kind of stuff. Oh, the eye surgery and such, and alien invasion and rapture. I would absolutely ask God to leave me here, because if there's even one chance that one more person can be brought to God, I'd be willing. I'd be willing to stay. I'd be willing to see what I could do. And with God with me, I wouldn't look for the easy way out, because that's a lot of times, quite honestly, that's how I see the mentality behind people that want to believe in the rapture. Whether it goes one way or the other, I'm not going to debate anybody on it. I think it's one of those stupid discussions that it's like there's so many different versions of it. It's a people are picking what they want to believe, And until we get there, I don't think that we have an answer on it, even though they're like, oh yes, there's a rapture, it's post-millennial, it's premillennial, it's all nonsense. This is all nonsense.
Well, if there's going to be a rapture, just kind of, go about your business, but because it's going to take you anyway. So, why stop doing everything?
That's right. Why, to me, it's like I'm better than them, so I get a free pass out of here. That's kind of what I see with it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's like, I believe God will keep us safe, that, if we are in the body of Christ, if we are, if we are in Christ and we are walking with God, I believe that he will keep us safe. I mean, there's enough of that in the Bible that talks about it over and over and over again. Now, does that mean that we're not going to suffer persecution? Absolutely not. But it's our soul, it's our ultimate, and we can go into those things with joy, not being afraid, because ultimately he will keep us safe and never leave and abandon us. Well, does that mean that we're not going to have any issues in life? No, you're going to have problems every day. But I look at that as something that realistically helps us to grow. It's a positive thing. It's like a little bit of sandpaper smoothing the burrs off, and it may not be pleasant, and we may not be, oh, Lev says the same thing. I feel the same way. I would ask God to leave me here, and not, if everybody else wants to take off and do the rapture and go party, go ahead, be my guest. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, or if that's what you want to believe in, I really could care less. I'm not going to debate you on it one way or the other. But I would literally ask God to let me stay.
Uh-huh. Well, I really like the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to, whatever that prayer is. I really like that. I think that is a great philosophy.
Yeah. I just really think that it's important to realize that all things that God gives you helps you to become stronger. They help strengthen us. They help. Oh, I've got a really great video I was going to play here a minute. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put this up on this is kind of cool. It's something that I found on another channel. Let me throw this up on my Telegram channel right now, and then we'll discuss this, because this is so important in mental toughness. What have we gone through to decide what our pinch points are in life? What's worth it to you? What is worth it in all things? What's worth it? What are you willing to give? What are you willing to go through for other people? What are you willing, and you can, I guess, say that in ways like, what are you willing to do for the United States before you run back out of it? What are you willing to do for those that you love?
Yeah, for me, it's all on my 2 websites.
That's cool.
That's my answer to it. Other people have to answer for theirs, but I've done the best I could.
I thought this was kind of cool. I would, it's like I see everybody's family. So if there was a burning building, you know what I mean? If there was something going down that was really serious, how would I treat it? I'd probably treat it, no matter who it was, as if they were my kids. Because, like I've said a million times, God appointed me mom to the whole world. So, I know that in my heart to be true. So, let me play this again, and we'll think about this.
The universe before your birth and got to choose the person you would become. You say, I want to be the most courageous. The Creator responds, then I will give you monsters to terrify you, so you can learn to conquer fear. You say, I want to be patient. The Creator replies, then I will give you long, hard roads, so you may learn the art of waiting. You say, I want to be wise. The Creator smiles and says, then I will let you face failure that will crush your spirit, so you understand the true value of wisdom. Then you pause and ask, this sounds difficult. Can you give me a good life instead? The Creator looks at you and says, a good life isn't easy. Just as a blacksmith measures steel by its strength, I will measure you by who you become after the fire and the hammer. A good life is one that forges you into a good person. And that, my son, is a hard life.
thought that was a pretty great video. Actually.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a really great, really great video on how to reframe things a little differently, and honestly being real with what our purpose is here. So anyhow, you want to go into something on your website that you're working on?
Yeah, I finished an article that I was writing about the global food supply, which the food chain. You know how they're always talking
share
about.
a link can you share a link in the private chat for me, and I'll go right to your article.
Yep. Let's see. Now, where are you?
Off to the right side is private chat.
Yeah,
I think it might be on the bottom for you. I'm looking at the dashboard, so don't pay attention to me. I'm probably giving you bad instructions here.
No, it's I'm just not very competent this morning for some reason.
Charlotte said, I lock horns with dumb people thinking 14th and 19th Amendments give illegal aliens birthrights. Big thing on X, no such thing as anchor baby. Natural born citizen Americans don't understand what that is. I agree. Leb, amen, Donna. I feel the same way. I'm glad, because it's what I really am not looking for an easy way out of anything. I'd be bored out of my mind, UAP UFO, this is Charlotte, is DARPA and Project Bluebeam. Hollywood and the mad scientists have been breeding animals and human DNA forever, meaning for furry people. NWO is losing, so World War III and fake fake SEA alien. I don't know what that means. So it's hard to tell what's going to happen, but I think this lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight mentality is probably a wise thing to hold on to right now. I had a call last night, and somebody was telling me about airplanes or aircraft up in the air, and it was one right after another. And I looked it up on a flight tracker system, and there was nothing there. So I'm like, I have no idea what you're looking at, but there is nothing there. And they kept saying, there's another one that took off, and another one, and another one, and another one. And he's like, this is just so weird. He said, it's like it's weird. I'm like, well, maybe it's Starlink. I don't know what you're looking at. Have no idea. But it was like one right after another that person was seeing, and seemed a little suspect to me. Just saying.
Yeah, that's the problem with internet kinds of things, because they can put up fake sites and do all kinds of stuff, and you won't know the difference.
No, and they're good at it. If they can absolutely fake anything in Hollywood, they can fake anything, and I'm sticking with that story right there. Farm to Fork, global supply chain, field to table.
Yeah, that was a program in you remember 2007 when there was the contaminated pet food and heparin and poison toys from China. Interestingly,
the drywall. They had drywall problems. Remember that?
Oh yeah, mold in the drywall.
They had all kinds of crap in the drywall. I'm going to blow another warning siren on this one. That closed cell foam insulation everybody's jumping on right now. Bad news bears, guys. The structural foam, they're actually tearing houses down in the UK because it's leaching formaldehyde, and it's about 5 years before you realize that your lungs are wrecked.
Oh man.
So I would be very, very suspicious and cautious of having anything insulated with that closed cell foam insulation. Even though it's structural, it'd be a great idea. It just that looks like it's kind of poisonous in the long run. So I would be very, very concerned about this.
Yeah, well, what this is about is the history of the solution to those contaminated food products proposed by Mike Lovett, who was Secretary of HHS at the time, was to have a field-to-table tracking system. In other words, bringing our farmers into the 21st century with a tracking system for everything they do in their field, from planting, fertilizer, the whole process of growing food till when it leaves the farm. Which, when we're just talking about it, theoretically, who cares? But that what you're talking about is a lot of money, a lot of time. That's the kind of thing that big corporations do, for whatever their business is. But to ask a farmer to do that, it's outrageous. And if you go look at that legislation that they passed, the Food Safety, I think I have a link in there, Food Modernization Act, it is unbelievable what they were asking farmers to do.
Well, and furthermore, it's like the farther you get the away from the origin of your food, the less you know about it. So and this goes back to like the farm subsidies, the corn subsidies for ethanol and such. If people really realized what these people have done, I'm going to tell you what, there wouldn't be a safe place for them to hide with the ethanol subsidies. It was such a lie. You could have done the same thing with prairie grass, with switchgrass, and let it grow. It was natural. You don't have to till it. You don't have to fertilize it. You don't have to do anything except for harvest it in the fall. There's no planting. So think about all the savings that you have on tractors, on gas, on seed, on all of this. I mean, all of that is just, it's crazy. And then during the year, then they got to have the big irrigation systems. So now you got to irrigate this. I mean, the only person that could have come up with this kind of a cockamamie, half-cocked, ridiculous, moronic plan would be Satan himself, because he's a loser. Okay. And so, and his little freaking minions, who are a bunch of losers. Because now look at it. God had something perfect. You've got switchgrass. You need ethanol. Not a problem. It grows. No irrigation, no planting, no tilling, no nothing, right? Just in the fall, harvest it. And you can make ethanol out of it.
There's no way to turn that into a racket. See, that's the whole objective, is to turn everything into a racket.
Absolutely.
Where they can bleed off money out of it.
Absolutely. You realize that if we had one good governor, Donna Brandenburg would have been great, okay? For the state of Michigan, we actually could have made money for the citizenry, but nobody wants to talk about that. And it's like, I started talking about this, and man, boom, the censorship started. Silence, wench. The cry went out for all fake media out there, right? And I'm like, so seriously, no. I mean, literally, this state could have been working, not just cutting taxes. That's just the beginning. It could actually have been working for the people if somebody was actually thinking. I mean, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna post one more thing. So please continue on, and I'm gonna post something else that everybody's gonna be shocked at, because I am probably never gonna buy. I've been practicing on natural cleaners, and I am probably never ever going to buy a cleaning product again after I figured this little gem out. So go ahead, Mel. I'm going to post this.
All right. Well, one thing I did post for everybody after I did that food supply chain article is that I went out and I found as many of the president's management agenda reports as I could find. The first one that was done by George W. Bush. And since that time, each president has, it's actually the Office of Management and Budget that does it, because it's the OMB that is in charge of the technocratic tyranny that's being implemented. And their plans for quote, reforming the government, which they're not reforming a damn thing. What they're doing is building out the computer systems, the network computer systems of the government. And so I posted all the reports that I could find so that people can go out and take a look at those reports. And start with the first one, which was George W. Bush.
Where is it? Yeah, link to where this is. So you've got like an order.
It's right on my it's the first article on my homepage, but let me put it in the chat.
Here, I can go back to that. Let me see. I can navigate that. I have some skills.
Okay, no, I got it. There it is, right there.
Right there. Okay.
President's Technocratic.
All right, let me see what we got here. Tell me when I'm getting close here.
Oh, it's just right up in the feature box. Go back up. First one. Click on the first box. First.
Community management, that one?
No. The image there. President's Technocrat. The image of the monad.
All right, I'm missing it.
The pictures that scroll, those are the latest articles.
So are they like, okay, they're a link, so I can click on the link there. Oh, I didn't know that. So I was just thinking that was an image. All right, we'll go there. You got like mad skills here. Most people do something like that and it's not a link. Okay, so here we go. There's the agendas. They're all in bed together. I just
okay, right there. The bottom link there is the actual list. It was kind of a quick and dirty list, just to get it out there for anybody who really want to scroll up a little bit. There, that blue hyperlink. Click on that.
Okay, there you go.
And those are the reports. You can read the reports, see what they were working on, what they are working on.
And this is all having to do with the supply lines.
No, this is all having to do with how they're changing our government and how they have been changing our government.
Wow.
Yeah, one of our people here in Idaho, she sends out a newsletter. And she was all very excited about the Department of Government Efficiency. And I posted a comment on her thing. And I said, be careful what you ask for because you might get it. The fusion center system is an example of government efficiency. So watch out. You know, it doesn't mean the same thing as you. I mean, it can be good or it can be bad. And when it's bad, it's really, really bad.
Yeah. Let's see. CERN has been operating portals. And don't forget about Philadelphia experiment and made a warship bend time and space. They're more advanced now. Flight 370 Malaysia. Global Witchmer is public-private business, not good. Agreed. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those things, though, that, you know, it's not that I'm actually, like, when I evaluate things, it's not like I'm trying to get anybody, or I just don't believe what anybody says until they prove it, which I think that is the way we should be, because we've been conditioned to make people either are heroes or villains in the stories of our lives, and we are all believe that we're the heroes of our own lives. We can't see ourselves as, you know, objectively, right? But the same thing with our bent with looking at other people. So this weekend I got attacked by some people that it was a Judas kiss from somebody that came and pretended to be a friend, taped me, and has been saying, look what she's really saying. I'm like, I don't take one freaking word back of what I said. You know, Scotty, my boy, and your little weaselly cohorts out there. I have no intention of taking anything back that I said. I didn't say anything I would change. And but he's like spinning it. He's taking my words and he's spinning it. He can't even spin the words because he's actually putting the actual conversation out there. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I feel. And it's crazy. But they spend full time telling people how to think and playing the blame game. You know, Donna Brandenburg is a deep state psyop. Okay, prove it. They said Donna Brandenburg took a payoff. She took a payoff. She's in the Flynn group and such. It's like, really? I'm pretty much sure I missed that. Just like I missed what the Gateway pundit called me a billionaire too. You know, no, not true. And so they can say whatever they want, but I mean, isn't that the way that Satan himself works, is blaming people, playing the blame game, but then also for us taking part in this kind of gossip of absolute lies to either destroy people or to elevate them. Doesn't matter which side of the line you're on.
Yeah.
You know, you do what I do. You're looking for information. And the information tells the story and connects the dots between who's involved.
Well, and that's that's kind of the reason why I do my research, is to find out because you can't trust what politicians say
Right.
when they're especially when they're giving a speech, for a lot of reasons. Maybe not even necessarily that they're dishonest. They have staffers who help them write this stuff, but what do they really think? How much do they really understand about this asymmetric war?
And how much of it are they just playing a game?
Yeah, that they're just tools. It's so very complex, but you really have to know the backstory, the history, what was done, what they're doing, where we're headed, and then you can maybe make a judgment that this guy is a bad guy, or this woman she's good. You know, she just maybe doesn't understand the whole picture, or assessments like that. But if you're just living life and just taking everything in, then things are going to happen and people are going to say things that you're not necessarily going to understand. You think you do, but you don't. That sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, and I find it to be really interesting. When I started running for governor, one of the first people that came to talk with me said to me, this is how it really works. You don't understand how it works. They're going to take you, if you win, they're going to take you in the basement of the Capitol and they're going to tell you how things are going to be.
That's like Ventura, Jesse Ventura. Remember when he said that?
No, I didn't watch the movie. I'm not much of a movie person.
No, this was real life. No, this was
Jesse Ventura. I was thinking Pet Detective. No, he was the Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota when he was elected.
I actually liked him. Yeah, yeah, but he said the same thing. But they said that to me. They sent people to me to deliver messages. And this person had the gall to come and tell me this, and then give me a call the next week and said, I'm expecting you to donate the maximum donation for my campaign. I'm like, well, you just told me that this whole system is compromised because they're going to tell me what I'm going to be able to do and say and that sort of thing. So why would I even consider you for anything? I don't play with people that play that way. And clearly I didn't get in because, it's fake election. Guy was talking to me this morning and I said, we all know our votes don't count. So they're just, and he lost his race. And I said, we all know our votes don't count. We're all disenfranchised. We're not that stupid to think that our votes counted, because they're rigging it in too many different ways. It's not one way they're rigging it in every way.
Every way, yeah.
There's not true. One thing that they've done right. And that's the problem. And I said, why don't you challenge it? So you should challenge this. Because you were from the inside. You could challenge it. Yeah. That's when he told me, you better be careful. I'm like, I won't say what I said to him.
Well, at this point,
that was pretty close. So
yeah. at this country, at this point in time, our country is just like one big IT operation, surveilling everything, tracking everything. And I think it's being run by the UN, which behind the UN is China.
Is it China or is it Israel?
Well, the Israel might be the brains, but it's China that has the mass labor to make it happen.
I think that there's like a global crime syndicate that basically has its tentacles down into, I mean, we're looking at countries as geographic countries. I don't even believe in that anymore. And it's not that I don't believe that that's the way it should work. I believe that that's not accurate as how it does work. I don't believe that it works that way. It should work that way, but I believe that it doesn't. And that just like Ukraine is a freaking proxy country of U.S. and Mossad and GCHQ intelligence. And the politicians are puppets. So, you've got all of them. Kissinger was the one that set up the CCP. What's his background? This is a Israeli. Look at all of them dual citizens in our government.
I know.
And I mean, how can this possibly? So they've got this little club sitting up there, and they're claiming citizenship in every country on the planet except for being faithful to Americans. They're faithful to everybody else on the planet. It just depends on where the money goes. That's what I see. But I am a little old.
Well, and the significance of that is what they're implementing computer systems to bring everybody on one system. It's all one system, actually. And what they're doing in Ukraine is implementing the computer systems to bring them on board with the fully automated technocratic system. Nobody is going to have, there will be no freedom on Earth once they get all of these systems implemented. From the moment a person draws their first breath until their last one, they will be monitored and tracked and weighed and measured, just like a herd animal. They will be turning people into herd animals. And any idea that you have of autonomy, forget about it. You won't have any.
Yeah, they want us to just all agree. You can't say anything. You can't cause any problems, children. You can't step up. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're being our own ornery old selves here, calling bullshit on everything.
Yep. So, okay, I love Donna. That tie he has on.
Yeah, great tie there, Chris.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, well, I'm going to check out now.
Okay, that's fine. And thanks for coming on today and sharing all that. And I'll share that link here on my Telegram channel as well as on my X channel. And just so everybody knows, we added another channel out there that we're going to be continuing to decentralize Brandenburg News Network. We are now on Odyssey. And we're downloading all of our catalog, as it were, of all of our episodes on Odyssey from Brandenburg News Network. And so the question is, everybody's always asking me, well, how many viewers do you have? I'm like going, I don't even look at that too much. I mean, we'll look sometimes at behind the scenes stuff, but the stuff that they put out there as viewers isn't accurate, because we've got so many different channels and venues that are putting the stuff out there that, I know that in just 3 of them, 8 months ago or so, we had 81 continuous watch years. Isn't that crazy? Uh-oh, and Chris is gone. And Vicky's gone. So you're back to me, guys. So we'll see what happens here. Let's see if we can get Melissa coming on here. I know Melissa Fryzel is going to be on. Oh my goodness, her daughter's going into labor. And Christina is sick. So this is just going to be one of those days, guys. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those days. That's okay. We're going to continue on. We were going to be talking about the Marvin Nichols Reserve today in the land grab. And so quite interesting. I got to see if I can play the video a minute. There's some paperwork behind the scenes that I can't release yet.
Oh, you can't do that to us, Donna.
Yeah, I have to. Hey, your camera's out. Are you there or are you not?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't see you.
I know. You know what?
What?
Are you guys getting any like bam, 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 on your
No.
speaker? Any interesting effects on your speaker?
No, but everything's been screwed with this morning, big time. So Vicky had a hard time getting on. So we've got Melissa coming on now. Here we go.
So I'm not
Morning,
on.
Melissa. How you doing? You're muted.
Good. I'm good. I'm about to be a grandma this morning.
There you go. Congratulations. Your hair looks beautiful this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is the ornery old people's version of the internet right now. It's like, we're just kind of sick of everybody's shit right now and the nonsense that's going on. And I know, it's like I don't believe anything, and I mean I don't believe anything I see anymore. Nothing. Zero. Zippo. Nada.
I agree.
Yep.
Just when you think you're on to something, it just spins into another crock of BS somewhere.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to try to get this over and up. Can you put it in the private chat? It's easier for me that way.
That video?
Yeah, if you do that, then we'll pull it up real quick. So how is Chris doing this morning? How's Melissa doing? And your camera's still off, Chris.
No way.
Way.
All right, should I go out and just come back in?
You could try that. Everything's wonky this morning. I brought up down detector, and my tech guy said that even GoDaddy was down yesterday.
What about now?
Nope.
No.
It's
it's showing on my side. It's showing everything's good.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. So Rumble channel number 1. Let's see. I'll reload this and see what happens here and see if we'll bring this up. I don't see it on my dashboard, so we'll just see here a minute. See, this is called perseverance, people. Nope, you're still dark.
You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
Okay, well, let's see what I can't, and it's not on Rumble, so there you go.
I'm not on Rumble.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that I'm looking at the dashboard. You're blank. Rumble, you're blank. So right. We'll see. All right, here we go.
So if I jump on and off on the video, it's because I'm kind of communicating with my daughter right now on her way to the hospital. So
that's like total perseverance. Holy crap! How's she doing?
Oh, she's good. She just called me. She's showing all the signs of when she was my first pregnancy, and she's just it's like a repeat. It's a rainy day, thunderstorm. I mean, she's going through almost exactly the initial stages that I went through at the same time. Crazy.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So here we go. Hang on. Let me put this up and we'll listen to this a minute.
People down in very rural East Texas, and they told me they were going to be forced off their land and out of their homes to make way for a new lake. This lake was to provide water for the growing metropolis of Dallas-Fort Worth. The very first question that came to my mind when I heard about this was, can Dallas get this water some other way? Or do they have to push these people off the land and build this reservoir to get the water they need? But then I heard about something that blew me away and completely changed my first question that I thought I needed answered. And that was that they're not just going to take the land where the water sits, which would be around 100 square miles of rural Texas. But they were also planning on taking another 200 square miles or even more than that for something called mitigation. This changed my first question to, what the heck is mitigation?
And it's sitting in, Red River County.
Well, we need to talk over the video a little bit or else we get a YouTube strike.
And where are we at?
Yeah.
We're actually right here.
Right here.
We are standing in this little section right here. We're standing right here.
So what?
This mitigation thing is what I'm trying to understand a little more. They'll explain it some, but I think this is going to apply to, if we can figure this one out in Texas, it's going to apply to what they're doing in other areas across the country.
Well, they blew the dams up here in Michigan a couple of years ago up by Saginaw. Mm-hmm. And that was entirely the fault of the people that were in charge, including Dana Nessel, our Attorney General, because there were so many people that had their land absolutely destroyed by their policies. It wasn't even funny, and they knew that it was failing. But the dams that broke, it just absolutely was complete and utter devastation up there, and it is a disaster. So, do you want me to keep going here on this?
Yeah, sure.
You're next to the highway.
So if this thing happens, this definitely will take your land.
Yes. I kind of drew that off to scale the best I could.
Sure.
Anyway, that's our place. Cut Hand Creek is the northern boundary of our ranch.
Okay.
And so it would get, I don't know the percentage, but it would definitely get part of our land.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, the big unknown. And then the big unknown, mitigation.
Yeah.
What happens after that? And won't know until the process has already started, until the permits are already started. So they have to start the process to know that.
So they're killing the farmland in order to take the water and take it into the cities, is what I'm seeing. They're going to kill all that fertile farmland around there and thereby kill the food supply. Am I getting it?
Yeah, so not only that, so we also have, this is going to end up flooding 100-year-old churches. This is going to end up flooding Native American sites, cemeteries. And so they're, from what I understand, they're taking the initial 66,000 acres. But due to this mitigation, it's going to spread it out to a total of 200 square miles. So the 66,000 is roughly 100 square miles, and they're trying to take through this mitigation process if they can't tell anybody what it's going to be like until the process starts, right? But they're going to flood that area. Now they're saying that Dallas-Fort Worth needs this water. And there's plenty of other options on water. Like, why is Dallas-Fort Worth not doing recapturing their waste and storm water and putting it into aquifer storage? Why are they having to divert this? Now, this area where this lake is at is in very close proximity to all of the lithium in Arkansas. What do you need to mine the lithium?
Wow. So this is crazy, because you got to be able to feed your electric car schemes that are going on. I had a discussion with somebody the other day. I'm like, do you realize how dangerous this is? You either burn the coal or petroleum products to make the electricity, or you burn it in your car. You know what I mean? And so it's like, they're absolutely just trying to centralize the control and put us all on a power system. And guess what? They're going to crash that because they're too stupid to know how to manage this thing. And then all of a sudden, because the electric grid is inadequate, now they're going to tax us all for their stupidity in how they're managing the electric grid for pay to play. I mean, this thing is a stupidity roll that just will never end.
Yeah. It's like a domino effect of stupidity.
It is. And then by the time we get to total destruction of the human race, we're going to sit there, well, how did this happen? Well, yeah. There's those of us who've been, blowing the whistle of warning people. But the people that, you know how you fix this problem in Dallas? That's easy. And his name is Tom Holman. Mass deportation will fix this problem.
Yeah, and they're basing all of these projects that were started a decade ago, right? So they're basing this saying, oh, we're going to have a population growth, so we're going to need this water. And I'm like, okay, first off, like you're saying, if we send everybody else out, but my question is, how much of the population is no longer with us, since this was 10 years ago, and all of the, fatalities from not only just COVID, but everything related to it thereafter?
Well, look at the negative birth rates of actual Americans. If you don't factor in the illegals, we have a negative birth rate going on right now because of all the sterilization and the baby killing they've done. Mm-hmm. And so, how is this going to fit, other than the fact that they're re-engineering the population? Have you seen how many people are leaving the UK right now?
I have not.
Oh my goodness. The original population of the UK is absolutely on a mass exodus out of there. Mm-hmm. lots and lots of reports of people leaving the UK because it's not safe, because they've imported an army that want to create disruption and kill them, and they're talking about it online all over the place. Whose fault is it? United States of America, in Germany for sure, and Europe for sure.
But you try to tell people this and tell them what's going on over there, and we're just conspiracy theorists. That's not happening.
Yeah. They don't want, but they got their golf games. They've got their lattes to drink and such, and I enjoy that. But it's like, don't disrupt their peaceful slumber.
Yeah.
What say you, Chris?
Yes, I see that a lot out here. It's like, these people are out going golfing, living their life in their luxury hotels, and they're in a total world of their own world. The world we live in does not exist for them. It's like, the other day I drove some guy from Denmark. I told you about this. IBM. He worked for IBM programming and stuff like that, and he was going to the Ritz because there's a big conference there. And I said, so what is the conference about? How to regroup and how to restart with your IBM programming and stuff like that since we had a new election? He said, quite frankly, yes. I'm like, quite frankly, kiss my ass. Go back to Denmark.
Yeah, go back.
This country is being infiltrated.
Oh.
We got so many outsiders coming in. We have your water. They're going after all kinds of different things in this country, and at the same time, school that they groom for sports for $1.5 billion by an equity firm out of Hong Kong. So, to me, it looks like, my observation is that they're taking a big corporation and they're dismantling it. That's what I see.
Yeah, it's piece by piece.
Yeah, piece by piece, like like office parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't give a shit about your water. They don't give a shit about the farms. They don't give a shit about that. I don't get it. I don't know why these people with the money, I don't know why they're not seeing this, because what they do for a living, they are participating in this. They may not know what's happening, what they're using them for. Maybe they've decentralized or centralized them so much that they're doing their job, but they're not putting all their pieces together either. Hold on, I got a call.
Well, this is one of the failings of human beings.
On that.
Is that we go for our own comfort rather than doing things for the right reason, and that's the characteristic of the animal, right? Conserve. Here, I'm gonna mute you a minute, Chris. It's like we go to the easiest path, the path of least resistance, instead of the right path, which the right path is usually the hardest one, and the one that actually either makes us stronger or smarter. When we do the easy path, we're dumbing ourselves down and we're walking right into their trap, like sheep to a slaughter. And I know that everybody here on this network feels that's what we're seeing, but I'm not sure they're going to get too far with this, just because there's enough of us standing up. Hopefully people are stepping forward, continuing to step forward more and more to restore some sanity to this world, because this is insane.
It is. It goes into that cognitive bias, and I've actually wanted to look a little bit on that in the past and see how it played out. But Yeah, and it goes in, I think, when you're talking about it's harder to take, the other road. That's the narrow path, right? And it's written in scripture that not many are going to find it.
So what else do you guys want to talk about? Do you want me to play some more of that video? Or is that the
you
crux
play
of it?
some of that video. I wanted to give some updates on what I'm seeing in Western North Carolina.
Okay.
And let me put these photos in the chat.
I'm really excited about you coming up.
Yes.
That's going to be fun.
Okay, so I can't send photos in the chat, can I? So I'm going to have to...
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I really know that all of us are going to be doing a little bit of recon around the state here. I did have a whistleblower, just so I don't know how much I told you about this, Chris, that is watching things for the FEMA camps and such. And according to this person, there are approximately 12 of them across the United States.
Okay.
And so we'll see what happens. Okay, we've got let's see, break fire disaster relief. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on my Telegram channel, and we'll see where this goes. You've got a TikTok one. Did you send that to me?
Yeah, I sent that one too. That's another aspect of it too. That's the children that are being taken.
Okay, that's good. I just don't understand. I don't understand I don't know how many kids are disappearing and why CPS isn't completely and utterly dismantled.
Yep.
Crazy, absolute craziness. Here, well, I'm going to go.
This was going to be the one on the people are getting sick. Yeah, so everybody's been going out there to help. Now they're getting sick. And this is just one case out of many that I've seen. So they're saying that the water, the soil, even the dust is toxic. And there's a few videos I saw floating out. There was a Superfund site that got hit.
Excuse me. But here we go. Is that like this is the question that I have for that is it actually toxic, the soil, or are they doing other things to get rid of people because they want to be there?
People down in very rural East Texas.
All right, what happened? That was the last TikTok you sent. Hang on a minute. It jumped back to. Let me try this again. Or is that what they want us to believe? Are they doing something else to screw around with us? Okay, hang on a minute. Because I'm just that kind of person who wants to know what's actually going on. Just like you guys are. I want to know what's going on. All right, let's see what's going on here with this.
Of a woman's body, literally, like, swept through his yard and was in his neighborhood. There's really, really disturbing things that I'm hearing. I interviewed this man yesterday who is part of a church group that was helping a man named Ron, who I interviewed. He lost everything in his house. And the guy from the church was saying that he knows a woman who personally knows a woman who her children were taken away from her.
DHS is what she told the Department of Homeland Security, because they were homeless living in a tent. And they didn't take the mother. They didn't take the mother. Why don't you take the family? Yeah. Put them in a hotel.
Usually they do that if it's a domestic violence situation or something else. This woman, she lost her home. She's living in a tent, and you're taking her children away? Okay, so the whole 200 thing, no, it is way more than that. It's more than hundreds. It's thousands. There's still a few thousand people missing, maybe a couple thousand.
The numbers are not correct. I've got several military guys that I know that was going around with Savage and looking for bodies. They said that just in one area was anywhere from 20 to 600 bodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. I'll do another one.
But I am telling you, the woman on the plane.
We gotta escort you out.
Okay, now let me do it on a browser. What was the content for that one?
So that one was, so remember the West Carolina boys that went and got the road done from Chimney Rock to Batcave?
Yeah.
So the local officials have now put a gate up and locked it, so people
The
can't
hell?
get through. Yeah, so this is one of the guys that was working. He left for a little bit to go home, and he got back. And yeah, they've put up a gate and locked it. Nobody can get in or out.
That's the second link.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're literally taking us down, so I can't put them up. Let me try another browser. This is where we switch, guys, and see if we can go to another browser to put this stuff out here, because I'm not buying this, So I'm gonna go to Brave. Let's see what I got in Brave here, and we'll bring the Brave browser up. And let's see what we got here, because I'm not. Brave is actually pretty good. See if it's see who's blocking me here. Oh no! Check this out. It's in the Brave browser. Currently not available in Brave.
Wow.
Is that crazy or what? I mean, I suppose I could log in, but I don't usually do that on.
That's crazy, because I'm sitting here looking at it on my end. What are they, like, putting us in vacuums now?
Can you share your screen?
It's on my computer.
Yep, same thing. There, look at this. Check this out. Nope. So they are sensitive contenting it and not allowing it to go out unless I
I downloaded these videos, so let me text them to you real quick.
Yeah, text them to me and I'll put them up. We'll throw them in my Telegram channel. That'd be great.
One of them's not gonna go because it's too long.
Can you put it in the private chat, or do you have to text it to my phone?
Let me see. I'm checking.
Might be able to attach it there. It's just a little easier for me.
I got one of them to go through. The other one's over 5 minutes. So let me see if I can trim that one down a little bit.
Did you text it to me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can. We're going to do some magic here, people. See if we can bring it up. We're going to get around. This is one of those things you got to be able to do, is you got to be able to switch positions quickly and go around, find other ways to do things. So it's still not in. It didn't land in in the text message. Is that on the one for you or the one? No.
It just went through.
Okay, I see it now. Ta-da!
I'm going to shorten this other one and send it.
Okay, here we go.
To the
from magic of, oh hell no, we're not going to stop. From the magic of, you ain't telling me no. Let's see if I can get it this way. It is still not allowing me to do it. Let me see what is wrong here. This is crazy. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I can do it this way.
All right.
There we go.
Right now,
hold on.
Headed down to Batcave.
This is actually the hell no moment, guys.
I started the hub.
There's a million ways around them. They can.
After I brought in the West Virginia
Okay, here
boys.
we go.
All right. Right now, I'm headed down to Batcave. As a lot of you guys know, I started the hub at the post office down there, and things went to shit after I brought in the West Virginia boys, and we had them cut that road there to Chimney Rock. And then the councilman showed up. You know, he didn't know I was recording him. And then the sheriffs began a bunch of BS, and the rest is history. There were some other factors at play, but we won't go too deep into the weeds. The point is, I just received word that due to leadership issues, we'll call it, the local government has installed gates blocking the West Virginia Boys Road and all the properties back there, and are not allowing
anyone onto that road or those properties. You know, when I first walked into Batcave and then heightened, wow. Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. Wow. This is fucking bullshit. Look at this. Look at this. This is bullshit. People live back here and need to get on their property. And not only that, a lot of supplies run through here to people in Chimney Rock that need them. They can't come and help, but this they can do. They can't come and help you, but they can sure lock you out from helping. Sure. We better get you a stronger gate. This shit would have never flown if I was here. Never. And that's why they took me out of Batcave, isn't it? Look at that. This is bullshit.
They got a camera on it too. You see that?
They really did. Cowards. They can't help, but they can show up to condemn your house, put up a gate to block supplies. That they can do. For them to have come in after ignoring the people of Batcave for as long as they did, and they had nothing to do with putting that road in whatsoever. In fact, they said it would take up to 4 years for them to come in and put up a gate where the West Virginia boys came in and worked 16-hour days and spent countless dollars on diesel fuel, brought in countless machines, poured their hearts out, and opened up this area for people to access their properties, rebuild their homes, flow vital supplies between Chimney Rock and Batcave, which is still needed. For them to come in there after the fact, just to put up a gate. Wow. The arrogance of these bureaucrats never ceases to amaze me. They hate you. They don't care about you. They despise you.
Well, that's enough to really piss you off.
Yep.
My goodness.
Yep. All that work and all, the hope that gave people, just that one action alone on those boys doing that, and they just shut it down.
Well, it's just proven to me that we don't need the federal government.
Yeah.
We don't need any part of them. Okay, let's listen to this one. All right, why is the sound not on? No sound. Not sure why that one doesn't have sound on it. You can see her talking. Let's see what we got going on here. No sound. Okay, that's weird. To see what we can do with this, because that could be really interesting. The toxic mud type stuff. So, is that, do you believe their tests, or do you think that they're I don't know, blaming it on the mud for a land grab, or could it be something else, Melissa? Melissa's daughter is getting ready to have a baby, but she is sojourning on. She showed up this morning. This is amazing. Well, I don't know why this is not playing. Let me see if I can play it over here. We're going to keep trying to get around the censorship, guys, or the problems that we're having. Let's see. no, that's a zero sound situation. Guessing that Melissa's
claiming citizenship in every country on the planet except for being.
Here you go. No sound to that final.
I'm uploading it to X real quick. I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. So yeah, I kind of like the process of looking through things like this. I think this is a good thing. Even if it's online, it's not slick, but it's real. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing a lot of in the state of Michigan through DNR and Eagle and such, just like that Wurtsmith Air Base. It looks like it was given to Kalittl by the department. And I think that's a concern. But my questions about that is, what are they really doing? I'm not trusting anything they say. That's the problem. And people are saying, oh, they moved in 350 trailers. Well, do we know that? No. Oh, okay. Well, what could the next thing be? I mean, I saw the guy sitting there reading something off. He was reading it off. Okay, let's see if this one works.
On green screen.
Okay.
This is really-
Here we can make it work this way. See, that's what we do. We do not stop. We just find a way around the roadblocks. We're like the off-road vehicles up in the mountains. That's what we are. We're off-road vehicles.
So to anyone who hasn't figured it out already, the mud and the dust all in Western North Carolina is toxic, and we don't really know what all's in it, but we know some of the things that are in it, and I'm going to show you some stuff on green screen. This is really important. You should watch. Also, sorry that I haven't been on. We had like death pneumonia. Okay, here we go. So here's the first one I want to show you. Up in Beatree, so like locals know this stuff, right?
Can you guys hear this?
You can go on the EPA's website and find this. This is from their site. So there's about 535 acres of property in rural Swannanoa. It's called the Chemtronics Superfund site. And they have lots of chemicals up there that they manufactured. And then they were also, I guess, practicing how to contain it. And they were containing stuff up there. It got out. So anyway, so it'll tell you, okay, explosive, propellants, incapacitating agents, and a variety of specialty chemicals. They tested stuff. They did waste disposal. And then in 1983, the EPA placed the site on the Superfund program's national priorities list. And locals will tell you one of the things is barrels of Agent Orange. Let me show you something else. So, they don't tell you everything. But like you can just go to Google and type in contaminants that are in Beatree, North Carolina. BC, a powerful hallucinogen used in chemical warfare in the 1960s. CS, a tear gas agent used during the Vietnam War. Chlorinated and non-chlorinated solvents found in the waste disposal site. Acidic solutions. But they don't tell you like all the stuff. Even their main website just says the majority of these chemicals were found. Let me show you some stuff from residents. So they are offering testing kits to people and asking them, please have your water tested, including your well water. They're like, well water is contaminated with sewage and all the problems that are going to happen when any flood happens. But we also have lots of manufacturing in the area. So here someone submitted some water from the Highway 9 spring, and it failed, and it did test positive for E. coli and coliform. And the same thing from a spring in Montreat. So I don't know what all they're testing it for, but these two things came up positive. And they're failing. Another concern residents have is this plastics plant that is near Marshall. So we all knew from the very beginning that a bunch of their chemicals and whatever got into the water. We knew this from the get-go. And here, there's a local doctor working in the area. Tons of people with skin irritations, respiratory illnesses. I see this in all the Facebook groups, all of them from all over, all the ones that I'm in. People are sick. They don't know why. They're talking about being fatigued for no reason, like feeling like they're an 80, 90-year-old arthritic patient. But tons of people are getting really bad respiratory illnesses, and it started after they were out, like breathing in the dust and stuff. And this is on top of the bacteria that, comes from any flooding, from sewage mixing into creeks, wells, and just all the bacteria. It tells you here, cholera, salmonella, norovirus. And they can be deadly to some people. But officials are telling residents and anyone coming in to volunteer Make sure you have really, really good boots. They want you to wear pants that, like, basically when you see it in the movies where there's been some huge contamination event, or, you know, they don't know what's going on, they want you to wear all that kind of PPE. Like, make sure your pants are tucked into your boots and taped. Your, you know, arms are fully covered with not just medical gloves, but, like, you know, something you would use for, like, cleaning that you could wear with chemicals, and take that around, and wear an N95 respirator if you're going to be breathing in dust, which is everywhere at this point. When we rolled in, like, 2-3 days after it first started, you could already smell tons of dust in the car that has a HEPA filter. But they are telling you might want to get a Tdap shot, which is tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis, and they're telling you may also want to get a hepatitis A shot, which is not something that's typical for every person. It's just like if you have liver problems, they'll advise that. And just for a bit of reference, here are some boots worn by a friend who were brand new, worn for 48 hours, was working in mud up in the Beechery area, and this is what they look like after 48 hours. One more thing. Actually, two more things, because I forgot I had this one. So they are telling you, they don't know what all's in there. And they say, more guidance available through websites. Federal and state agencies did not make an official available for interview. So no one was able to be interviewed to say anything that they know. And here's where I'm going to finish. While it shouldn't, it almost feels normal by now that residents feel they're receiving confusing public health information. So, yeah, everything smells like decaying organic stuff that used to be alive, both animal and human. There's tons of chemicals, including from 2 concrete plants. I keep seeing day after day pictures of people that I'm not going to put their picture here in the groups, showing all these crazy skin rashes and talking about these illnesses and fatigues and sunburn type rashes. Their skin looks sunburned and feels sunburned, but they've not had a sunburn. Joint pain, not being able to use their fingers. So, yes, if you're going down there to volunteer, make sure you wear the appropriate PPE. Make sure you actually have a point of contact. All the donation requests are changing, and the sites are actually changing at this point. I'm sorry that I've been kind of with making these videos because everything was changing, and I was laying on the couch wondering if I was going to make it. So I will get back to temporarily regularly scheduled, getting you guys as many resources as I can, because I've reached out, to say, in this town, what can they bring and where can they bring it? They are wanting you to, at Silverados for sure, they are wanting you to make sure they know you're coming before you come now. All right. Thanks for watching, and be safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing of it is that we just don't know. We literally don't know what is going on out there. Here, I'm going to throw that in my Telegram channel so you can go find it that way, because the one I posted doesn't seem to have any sound. So there you go.
And people know, but it's the people there, and they're being silenced and discredited. And I saw that 60 Minutes went out there, and they covered a lot of it. It was on their TikTok page, but there was in Yancey County, I believe, I don't know if this was the sheriff, his last name was Howell. I mean, he was with 60 Minutes talking and saying all these people talking about weather modification and this and that, and all the things that we talk about, and he's just, they're wrong, and they're making this harder on everybody. How is it harder when you're not doing a damn thing to begin with?
Right. There's some Texas common sense right there. What the living hell, right?
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah. It's really, really crazy. But one thing for sure is that we're not getting the truth.
No.
Not even close to it.
And talking about earlier, the people with the cognitive bias living in their own reality, you put the truth in their face, and no, we're going to listen to CNN. CNN is the holy gospel.
Well, and I think that's been the conditioning, is that they've taught us to have people that we follow, like the cult of personality there, that we're following people. Well, even a good person can have bad information, and they may not even know that they're doing it. And that's exactly, they're hoping that people will bite on this without really looking into it, because our bent is to want to believe things that we agree with, instead of looking at a balanced approach and saying, wait a minute, I don't believe anything right now. So about this situation, not one side or the other side. I'm not there. I had somebody come up to me in a meeting the other day that said, what side of the Israeli Gaza conflict are you on? And I'm like, right now, neither. I said, because the fact is that we don't know exactly. I'm not there. I'm not on the ground. It's being spun by so many people. I'm on the side of the people of both of the countries, and the governments are absolutely corrupt as hell. So I would say I'm on the side of the people, and I'm against all the killing. So how's that?
Yeah. So have you seen the stuff on Russia today?
No, I haven't. I just got up this morning, and well, I know that they're looking at using missiles to bomb Russia. That's, they're gonna try to burn this thing down before they get out of here. But
so apparently, from what I understand, Russia's already been hit, and Russia's ready to retaliate.
Oh, for real? Do you have any links?
No, I literally woke up. Christina told me about it this morning. So that's what I'm hearing this morning is Russia was hit. I think it was a NATO attack. Don't quote me on that yet, because I'm just hearing it. Haven't looked into it. But now they're talking about retaliation strikes on U.S. soil is what I heard, but I can't confirm.
Huh. Wow. Well, let me see if we've got. Sometimes I've got one friend that will send me things, and it's usually pretty. Whoa, this is interesting.
Okay, so
wow, this is kind of crazy. Let me send this in. Talk about not being able to trust anything. This will about blow your minds. I've got all these people all over the place that keep sending me stuff, right? Check this out. This is, now I'm not going to say this is true, because this could all be photoshopped. But with that said, I think that we need to start looking at stuff, because we don't know the truth on stuff. But if this is true, I'm a little concerned about this. This is really crazy. Check this out. Interesting theory. Timothy McVeigh, the alleged domestic terrorist responsible for the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing that killed 168 people, is actually an FBI agent that goes by the name of Paul Weisapel. Just like 9/11, the OKC bombing was an inside job. That's kind of interesting. What say you? Oh, and just like that, Melissa freezes up. This is so predictable. It's like, this is so predictable. It's almost funny. If it weren't so sad, this would be funny. But got to put it out there. We got to look at everything and see exactly what's going on. Let's see if she comes back on again. Holy crap. So I'm kind of wondering where this is all going to go today. But yep, there you go, on my Telegram channel. Decide for yourself. We just need to look into this stuff a little bit more, because there's stuff going on that just can't be explained. Now, is it Photoshop to send us on a wild goose chase? It might be. That was crazy. Did you see that?
Did what?
Did you just see that?
No, I didn't. I got knocked off. I didn't get to see it.
You got knocked off just as soon as I put this crap up,
yeah.
Which tells me I'm probably over the target on this. This is just like the astronauts for the Challenger. They came back and they were part of our government. Check this crap out. Interesting theory. Timothy McVeigh, the alleged domestic terrorist responsible for 1995 Oklahoma City bombing that killed 168 people, is actually an FBI agent that goes by the name of Paul Weisapel.
Oh, wow.
Just like 9/11, the OKC bombing was an inside job. Well, all you got to look at it is, where did they bomb? They bombed a place where Hillary, the murderer Clinton, that the term Arkanciding came from, was there were papers they were destroying, just like 9/11. CIA budget office and Building 7.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
Yes, it is.
I you know what, at this point in time, look at, what really tips it off when you look at these things is look at the ears. The ears will tell you everything you need to know. His nose is just a little bit different, but that could be from a different angle.
Yeah.
But I would like to, let's look into that a little bit, because now I'm curious. I'm going to put it out there, because we put out everything out there. Every conspiracy theory. They keep trying to silence me with all this stuff. Let's see if we can find some pictures of Mr. Paul Weisapel. This is pretty interesting, because it could just be from a different thing. They may be framing the guy. We just don't know. Right. Nope. There's an awful lot of stuff out there. Check this crap out. This is real interesting. Okay. Here we go. My friend. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it looks pretty damning, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Well, there you go. Perhaps another Fedsurrection. You know what? You cooperate with us and we'll give you a nice, comfy government job with the rest of the psychopaths. Isn't that interesting? I'd like to look into this a little bit more, but that floats right to the top, people. What do you think? Truth or fiction?
Somewhere in between.
Yeah. Here, let's take a look at this picture. Let's see if I can blow that puppy up. Let's see. I don't know. But it is fun. It's fun to look this after the Challenger astronauts that seem to have surfaced in other areas. I really do think that we need to look into it. So there you go. Donna Brandenburg's probably on another tier up on the government watch list.
Well, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. We know you're watching us. Get on the right side of truth, because you know what? There is a judgment day coming for all of you out there. We know that. And, you can't get this past God. You can do whatever you want, but there is a judgment day that's coming, and you're going to be held accountable. Hey, let's watch this my friend video on YouTube. Let's see what happens here. Watch them close us down. If they cut the feed, guess what? We're going to get closed down. Be funny. Just like whenever I say the naughty word, China.
Oh, I found this website last night. So
I'm a little nitwitch.
General.
It's me, Slick.
Okay.
What's that?
General Flynn said last night that Brennan needs to be investigated. I'm going to put a link in here and we'll talk about it after you play that.
I saw it. He sent out a web. Let's see. Here we go. Censored. Let's try here a minute. He sent out a newsletter yesterday, which I love his newsletters. Here we go. Let's see what he says.
We don't. We have video evidence of Timothy. Not everything is true that you've heard about me.
For example, what's not true?
What's not true, Timothy?
Well, am I pure evil? Am I the face of terror sitting here in front of you?
You
or
just
am I
seem
able to
like
talk to you man to man?
Most people in this country think you are the face of evil, don't they?
They do. But sitting down here now, and let me make clear, I'm not sitting here trying to influence you. And I'm
of course not. That seems awful contrived.
I'm not conning anybody.
Anyway, it's really unfortunate that we don't have any video evidence of Paul, because I feel like it would just be a clear-cut case. If you did have that evidence, I feel like that would be big. What the frick is this?
So that's probably our number one priority. Number two would be counterintelligence. We want to make sure that people don't come to our country and spy, collect information, bring it back to their country to our detriment. Same thing with our private industry. You want to make sure that the folks don't come in and commit intellectual property violations because businesses can go belly up.
Okay, that's pretty compelling. Real compelling. So did you want me to take that last link that you just posted and put it up?
Yeah, so that link. So when Flynn put out that statement last night, he just said real quick that Brennan needs to be investigated. And of course, Chrissy and I are like, oh, we're on it. And so we start looking into some stuff, and I find this website. And I know this website because another individual associated that I'm friends with through my faith He was a diplomat. And so he wrote for this website during his diplomatic career. And so he already had a lot of information on Brennan, which I actually have his book. This one right here is how I found that website. Let me see if I can get it in here. So I tried to
What is it? I tried to warn you.
Yeah, so he was a diplomat. And that's how I found this website. So I go to respond on X last night and say, whoa, hey, look, I found a plethora of information on this site. X wouldn't let me post that website.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
So it has to have some good stuff on there.
So give me the book name.
I tried to warn you.
So does this tie into the Muslim Brotherhood?
I don't think it goes into the Muslim Brotherhood. This guy, he was a diplomat, and so he has been screaming about the truth on the geopolitical realm for a long time. I'll send you the link on his website, but he did a lot of work on that site that I sent you. In fact, all of his work is also published in there in Strategic Culture. But yeah, I tried to get on X, put it on X to respond to Chrissy and Jen Flynn last night, and let me see what it said here. It was, I go to post it on X and it said, we cannot complete this request because this link has been identified by X or our partners as being potentially harmful.
Hey, guess what? I've been censored on X. And it's like, I was telling people there were things that I've tried to post. They will not let me post. And so that is also not a free speech platform. I don't care what anybody says. Here, I'll put it up on Telegram because Telegram actually, that's another Strategic Culture Foundation. Find it there. Go to my Telegram channel. Do you know how many fake channels for Donna Brandenburg are out there?
Oh, I bet.
This is another one that we
I think it goes with the territory. If you're speaking the truth, and for every truth that you speak, it's like they put another channel up for you.
Yeah, no kidding. So check this out. Check this out. Here you go. This is something that somebody brought to my attention. Another friend of mine who's an investigator in Florida put this up or told me about a fake channel. So look I've got all these channels here that none of them are me. This one is me, Brandenburg for MI. Ding ding me, blue check mark. Put the little arrow in there just to make sure people know. But what is the author's name again of that book?
So that's James George Jatras, Jatras.
Okay, there you go. Just put it in the chat for which one?
You're talking about this book has, and I'll find the link. I mean, his entire career is in this book on geopolitical diplomacy. So,
well, just remember, people, there's so many fakes out there. Just like all of those X channels, you got to really look at your links. Don't believe it just because it's true. And there was something else I wanted to look up in this. Check this out. Somebody brought this up, and I want to see if this is true. So we're going to look at that. Real Donald Trump. Let's see. We've got real Donald Trump. Here we go, sir. Let's see. Donald J. Trump. Nope, that's a fake one. Let's see. We've got... Twenty. There's a hang on a minute. Here we go. Here's the man, the myth, the legend. Nope. Oh my gosh, I can't even get a real President Trump one on here. I know I'm following him. 19 subscribers, 18 subscribers. Wow. Blocking me. This is funny. 25. This is crazy. Let me see why I'm not coming up here. This is so nuts. Let's see. I know that he's there. The man, the myth, the legend, the rightful president of the United States, President Donald J. Trump. Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Let's try that again. All right. Real Donald J. Trump, 94 million subscribers. Yes, in fact, that's the right one. Oh, check this out. This is amazing. And I want to get your input on this, people, because I think this is like super, super interesting here. All right, I'm going to screenshot the man, the myth, the legend, President Donald J. Trump. I'm even going to leave the timestamp on here. So this is great. All right, and up we go on to Telegram. Tell me what you think about this, because I think this is like suspect as all get out. That things, my little friends, my big friends, my wonderful friends, are not as they appear ever. Ever. So here we go. Wonder, I bet he's got a lot of fake accounts. There you go. Okay, now what's the first thing that jumps out to you on this page, Melissa? You see it? You see what I'm showing?
Yeah.
It is this little gray check mark.
Yeah.
Why does he have a gray check mark instead of a blue check mark? Because I believe that gray check mark means that he is in fact in office.
I'm looking at it right now.
Check that out. Does that mean he is currently in office?
So the gray check mark indicates that an account represents a government multilateral organization or a government multilateral official.
Okay. So
the criteria.
So what does that mean to us all, boys and girls?
So eligible government officials may include heads of state, president, monarch, and prime ministers, deputy heads of states or equivalent, the main official spokesperson for the executive branch or equivalent, and individual members of all chambers of the supranational or national Congress.
So they have to be in office, right? Which he doesn't get sworn in until January.
It looks like it.
So what the hell is going on with that? Okay, let me see it. Let me check another one out.
I'm looking at the application process.
Let's see when he was blue.
Okay, so here's interesting. In order to get verified for that, you have to have a government ID or a government email.
So that means, so let's see the check marks. Let's see when he changed from blue to, I'm going to go down here. This is like, we're going to bird dog this, okay, guys? Because we have to, because this is important, right? He has got all gray check marks. Let's go back. By the magic of scrolling, we're going to go back and see what we have here. Nope, boys and girls, he is still gray. He is still gray. Let's see, 11-1. The whole account, Elon's blue. How come Elon's been, okay, he's not been confirmed. So, but yes, Sue Wiley's, she's blue. President Trump, he's gray. Eric Trump, blue. And our commander-in-chief, President Donald J. Trump, the greatest president in the history of the United States of America, is in fact gray with a gray check mark. Explain this to me, someone, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you have to go through a process and have a government ID or email to even get it going. So
yeah, so how come he has a gray check mark? Is he like commander-in-chief? Why did this all, was it, I got to go back and look because I don't remember when this turned from blue to gray.
Is he a part of a multilateral international group that we don't know about?
I don't know. There's lots of questions, just like the Timothy McVeigh one. You know, every time you look this stuff up, you don't get more answers. You get more questions. Yeah. And thereby, because I get called a Q-tard all the time, you bet I am. I love looking at things that get me to ask questions. So there you go. What is Lulu.com? Oh, is that his website?
That's where to get the book.
Oh, or you can go to what I just did, and I just ordered it on Amazon.
So examples of accounts eligible: national or regional government agencies, heads of state, multilateral organizations such as the UN or World Health Organization, and embassies, consulates, and government-affiliated bodies. So yeah, I mean, they have to be.
How come that didn't come out either? That's your link. I kid you not. They are screwing with us. Every link you put up there has been a dead link.
Wow.
This is crazy. All right, this is just absolutely fun. We'll go to Amazon, feed the beast for a while until we take it down, I guess. Nothing else you can do if you want the stuff. But isn't that crazy? Every single one of your links you put up there was a dead end.
Yeah, all of them. It doesn't make sense, and that's never happened before either, you know. So
no, can you see it on your side?
Yeah.
You can see it on your side, and I can't see it on my side.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is the craziest thing. So, well, guess what? We're going to endeavor to persevere. So with that said, well, I guess I'm ready to go to my day. How about you? Thank you for coming on today. I love talking to you guys, you and Chris and Christina, because I feel like we're cut out of the same cloth. To our core, we're unwavering researchers. And just so I can make sure I'm going to get attacked by Scotty, my boy out there, that decided to attack me this weekend with his little pack animals that are going after General Flynn and such. Did you know that there's people out there that are doing that? They act like pack animals, and all they do is they say, this person is deep state, this person is in the Flynn network, this person is this, that. There's no proof to any of this. They allege that I got a payoff. I'd like to see that, because I missed that clearly. Just like I missed when Gateway Pundit said I was a billionaire. Yeah, I totally missed that. Okay.
Yeah. Let me know where you found my money.
let me know when you find these payoffs that you're alleging that I took, because pretty extra sure that if they actually had to prove evidence, they couldn't prove a damn thing. This is just, they just decided to pull something out of the air and throw it against the wall and see if see how many people are actually biting with this.
Oh yeah, and, I had them hitting me yesterday. So the whole Marvin Nichols deal, I mean, I jumped in. So I'll tell you, they've been fighting that for 25 years. And there's an organization that has been up, we're trying to help fight it and blah, blah, blah. So now we're to the point that the eminent domain notices have been sent and everybody's still not getting anything done. Well, I get the call from Joshua James because his mother was also impacted by this. I start looking into it. I'm sitting up at the Texas State Capitol. I'm in Senator Betancourt's office for other reasons. And I get that thought, God puts it on my heart to bring that situation up while I'm in the senator's office. And they're like, yes, email everything to us. So I'm scattering. I'm trying to get in contact with all these people. And I'm telling them, I'm like, I've spoken to the senator. They want me to send everything over. I was there yesterday. I'll send the email since I was there present and they know my name. So we can tie it together. And I'm going in as an advocate for you guys. Well, we got more done in 3 days. So everybody up there is cheering. Now this Preserve North Texas, she starts questioning me and she starts digging on me and starts trying to find all that she can. It's like, why, and this is what they were saying up there. Why is it now suddenly, we've been working on this all these years. Here comes Melissa, who's giving us hope. She knows what she's doing. She's getting things done 15 years. And, you're damning her. You're trying to find anything you can to discredit her when she's helping us.
Well, and this is how they work. It's just like that. Scott McMahon, he called me up from I don't even, not even gonna say I can't remember his name of his organizations because it's that irrelevant at this point in time. He calls me up and is asking questions. Then I find out later he's taping it, which I really wouldn't have changed a word I said. I said everything I said I stand on. Screw you people out there. It's like, I wouldn't change what I said. I damn well meant every word I said to that. And I'm not going to change what I said. So he keeps posting bits of this secret conversation that absolutely showed Donna Brandenburg for how she is. It's like, thanks for the advertising, asshole. It's like, it's like, that's all I can say. But they keep trying to put stuff out there. And I'm like, all I can do is like free advertising. Woo, woo.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not changing a thing. But it's like they've got some sort of secret knowledge. I'm like, I would love to see the records of where I received a payoff from anybody.
Yeah. Which is good for me because the last 4 years, everything that I've done, I haven't received a dime. It's all been out of my own pocket. So They can't even pull that one with me, and I think it drives them nuts.
Yeah. So guess who jumps on to Scott McMahon? It's Shady Groove and in the Matrix. So you can see who they all stand together. And there's just a ton of people that jumped on this to say, it's the Flynn Network. That's what it is. It's the Flynn Network. And these people are evil. It's like, really? Pretty extra sure it was General Flynn who didn't back down when they tried to take him out. And it was pretty much General Flynn who received a full pardon from everybody's hero, President Donald J. Trump. How come he received a full pardon from President Trump? And then all of a sudden, all these idiots out there in the wings want to say Flynn is a bad guy.
My daughter's called me like 3 times now from the hospital, so I'm gonna have to jump off.
Yeah, you go get that baby. I want a baby report today. All right. We'll be praying for you.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go over here and let Melissa take off to be a new grandma today. So pretty exciting. So let's say a prayer as we end this day and hope that people get their heads out of their behinds and stop trying to divide us up in these cults of personality. We're going to listen to things just for what they are. And that's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm listening to everyone because everybody out there is lying or has their own bent on things and sorting through it myself. I don't get told what to think, what to believe, what to say. None of this stuff. It is what it is. And who I consider friends, who I decide to have free association with whomever I choose, which I can as an American under the Constitution. So we're going to continue to do this in our American way. So there we go. So dear Heavenly Father, thank you so very much for being with us this day. We love you so much. What a bunch of nonsense that's going on down here. And all we can say is it's because this nation turned their back on you. You didn't leave us. We left you. And we're very, very sorry. But we're very thankful for everything you're doing to wake people up. We ask and we pray for all of our enemies out there, the enemies of you, the ones that are lying, the ones that are spinning things for their own gain because they're actually getting paid by somebody else, working for somebody else. And they're just pushing the narrative. We don't want to be that. We want to stand in truth, your truth, and the ultimate truth working here in your sandbox. And we're going to pay attention to your rules. It's your rules. It works best that way. You got the owner's manual. So that's a perfect situation as far as I'm concerned. Just tell us what you want to do and we're willing to do it. We ask that you would bless people like Scott McMahon in the Groove or Shady Groove and in the Matrix, those people and the people that are standing with them that are putting out all this nonsense, that there's no truth to it whatsoever. We ask that you at least the stuff regarding me, I can tell you, I can confirm that. We ask that you would turn their hearts to you and that they would actually stand on truth, not just broad generalities and blaming and such. There's just no point to this. We ask that all of us would do the same thing, that we would hold to a standard of sticking to the information, not being people who are tearing other people down, because, we absolutely may be wrong. And we want to do it the right way and not just destroy people. We want to do things the right way, give people a chance, and go to the horse's mouth, as it were, in order to get the actual information, not just based on opinions or who likes who or this cult personality. We have one that we follow, and that would be you. And we're thankful. We're thankful for being able to walk with you on this earth. Please bless everyone. Let them know that they're truly loved and that truth always resides in you. You are always good to us all the time. And we got a lot of questions, tons of questions out there. I guess we're going to just have to walk one step at a time as you lead us through this maze of lies and disinformation that is bombarding everyone. Help us to see those around us who need our help. Help us to stay in the fight bravely with courage and strength and declaring the truth every step of the way, every day, without failing and unwavering in our service to you. Thank you so much. You've been a great friend to us. Bless those people in Texas that are fighting this eminent domain nonsense down there. The same thing with what's happening in North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. It's just crazy. Put put stops into the paths of people who are planning evil. Throw chaos, a little chaos their way, so that they're confused, just like with the Tower of Babel, that you confuse their plans. Please confuse their plans and help us to come out on the right side, where we can live in peace with each other, with you, strengthening our families, our friends, and our communities. And Jesus, we just love you so much. We love you, God, Father God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, there we go, boys and girls. That's where we go to this part of the show. Please go to BrandenburgForGovernor.com, because I'm the best non-conceder who's ever not conceded in the history of the United States of America. And I'd like to have a discussion with the rightful president of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, who has a gray check mark on his Twitter account. So not sure what's going on there, but we're going to look into it. At any rate, God bless you all. God bless all of those whom you love, and God bless America. Make it a great day. Punt a little. Things don't go right. Expect it. It's okay. You're going to learn from that. Not something to run away from or feel sorry for ourselves. We just go, guess I'm going to do better next time. And with that said, please have a great day. And if you don't have a good example, be one. I'll be back on tomorrow. And let's see, who do I have on tomorrow? Tomorrow I have on a CPS story, a child trafficking story. That's tomorrow, as well as lawful defense with John Tater. It's going to be a big power-packed week, because quite honestly, I'm getting some help scheduling. And so I'm not quite so overwhelmed, just trying to, there's not enough of me going around. So I'm getting some help, which is pretty nice, in the scheduling department. And I want to thank Christina and Casey and Melissa and my friends out there that are stepping up to help, so that we can move things forward and get the truth out there. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.